20 minutes left. Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Look at that rust bucket going by. Tell you what, I've been here since early this morning and nothing's working out. It's just total chocolate milk on the river right here. It is supposed to be a nice day. It's supposed to get up to 70 degrees. It started pretty cold. Well, kind of cold, 40 degrees. It is now pretty warm right now, but plan A is just not working out. And I don't want to go through this again this week. So there's always plan B. Come on. I'm still in the same crevasse that I started fishing in this morning. I'm just on the downriver end of it now. The river was previously high enough to flood parts of this crevasse. There's water in places now where it wasn't before. And there's a pond over here. So what I want to do is look for micros in some of these pools that are fresh now. Though this is a pond right here. Just want to come check it out. Appears to be very shallow and void of life. At the moment it appears to be void of life. There's got to be something in here somewhere. There's got to be something in here somewhere, but I just don't see it. I want to find a spot where I can see the fish to where, you know, my probability is better. So compared to the river, this is like almost gin clear. It's not quite gin clear, but the river is chocolate milk today. See movement in this pond way on the other end. Don't know if I'm going to go to that side. There's some other pools right over here that we'll check out. Several days ago, this was a stream right here. You can see where the water was moving across it. It was also a critter highway. There are tons of raccoon tracks through it. This is what we wanted to look for, this pond. Well, it's a pool. If you want to call it a pond, it's fine by me. It is really small, but it was the freshest as far as being previously connected to the river. Look how clear that water is too. This is where it connects to the river, and then it comes through here like a little channel. I don't see anything. I've looked at this a few months ago and had little things in it. I don't see anything today, but I could just be overlooking them. They could be hiding, but there's very little places to hide here. Right here in front of us is probably the best hiding place I can find. And it's kind of chalky right there too. It's a little deeper. I don't see anything that says fish here quite yet. This is pretty much scouting for me. I've never approached this area from a microfishing point of view. I've been here, so it's not totally foreign to me. I don't see what I'm looking for quite yet. There's more. Let's go. Oh, it's a chair. It's a bar stool. So I left the crevasse quite a ways ago, really far behind us, and we've come down river to this. This has had water in it for quite some time. You see that little trail right there, then you see a little one right there. See how it's kind of clear and clean right here, but where that trail is, you see like a mud line, or it's dirty. It's because something's swimming through there continuously. Now, I don't know what created this area, but every morning when I come by here, I've seen beaver, I've seen nutria, I've seen river otter in here. This morning I saw nutria. It could be a beaver pond. It's just a low swampy area, but the critters come swimming through little cuts like right there. And you see that how it's muddy right in there, and that's because they're going through there a lot. We'll see how far I can walk out here before I sink down to the bottom. Almost I can get out pretty far, but I don't see fish yet. I think we need to find a deeper part of it, or if we can bushwhack into there somehow, because I think there might be deeper pools back there. Might be some deeper pools up there. We'll go check that out. They look bigger. I dared. Look at this. I'm walking right across from where I was just talking. This is that little trail, little cut I was talking about. And the reason why it's that color right now is because, well, could be alligators, but it seems a little small for that. I did see nutria swimming through it this morning. Just a bunch of trails, water trails. Look at this. Wow. I think these critters have made these with their tails, you know, with their butts pushing that up. See how that mud is pushed up right there? Wonder what that white thing is. Probably a refrigerator on its side. And I see this over here this morning. You see it, this blue thing? When I was coming across the levee this morning, I saw that and I stopped because I thought it was a tent. I don't know what that is. I don't know if I'll go over there. I wonder if these little trails they've dug out are oxygenated enough for little fish to live in, little micro species. Well, I'm impressed that I'm able to walk around it here without sinking. I'll keep expecting to find quicksand any second. Trust me, I probably will. Hope I don't, because I don't like finding it. Oh, I see something in the water over here making a little bit of a ruckus. Let's see if I can walk over there. Before I could get over there, I came across this. I wonder if somebody's come to do some conservation or if that's random. Looks like this was planted here, but could be imagining things. That is good. You hear that? Whenever you're coming to a place wondering if there's fish, if you're looking for micros anyway, and you hear frogs, you know you're on the right path. You know that the water's lively. You know, one of the things that crossed my mind is, like, how long has this water been here this season? Has it been dry and it just came up because the river came up, or is it holding water all the time? Because there's signs of beaver, river otter, and nutria here, I think the beavers would be the engineers in this. I think this is designed by them to hold water most of the year. So yeah, I think this would be my best bet to find micros. I'm just gonna have to keep going here. I'm back on the west bank. I just got off the ferry over there. Yeah, I gave up looking for micros over there, but I haven't given up altogether. Let's go this way now. Yes, finally at a place where I see fish to catch. Yes, I had this whole rod stuffed down in there. Little piece of red wiggler. I'm gonna take my pinchers and cut just a little tiny piece off. It might even be too big right there. Getting it on the hook is always difficult. All right, got it on the hook. Even though it seems kind of a big piece to put on there, it might work without even the hook working. Sometimes a big little piece of worm, they'll go for it and it'll get stuck in their mouth, and you can catch them like that without ever having to hook them. You could just have that little piece of worm tied to the end there and have that work. Now this particular tenkara rod, if you want to call it a tenkara rod, this one, it says made in Japan right here, but it's not. It's made in China. You'll see these. A lot of guys have probably already seen these yellow ones, and it's got the black tip right here. This one is a 8-foot. Really cheap on Amazon. This cost me like $10. You can use it as a tenkara fly rod, but they're not that great for that. But if this is all you can afford, you can catch fish using it as a tenkara fly rod. But I like to use them to catch panfish and micros. I decided to use this longer rod even though I have a shorter one, because these guys are staying kind of far from me and I'm sort of dabbing this in. I've got a shorter line on here. I don't have 8 feet of line. There we go. There's little guy. Stay on. Oh, came off. That happens a lot when you're doing this. Do we still have bait? Yes. Oh, here we go. Nope. No, we don't. I do have the shorter rod with me, but I wanted to use this first because I can get into spots because these guys are not necessarily coming right up to me. As I dab, they go for it. There we go. Oh, come on, stay out, stay out. Oh! When I say dab, I mean dip. Dabbing is like a fly fishing term for just dipping the fly. I do have a bit of BB shot on here. Can we? Yes. Ooh, where'd he go? Got him. In the jar you go. Should have brought my landing net just so I could have it right here to drop these guys in. There we go. This is a Gamakatsu half moon hook, and it does not have a barb on it. That time it stayed. Look at that. I think mosquito fish. Mosquito fish are really common around here. They are in the molly family, and there are common mollies in the area pretty thick, but a lot of times you're going to see mosquito fish up here on the surface like we're seeing today. And the mollies, the common mollies have been lately, I've been observing them to be hugging the bottom, and I can't remember seeing common mollies at this particular spot. I am dabbing deep sometimes, see if there's something down there. Oh, there we go. Number 4, stay on. It's been, oh no, I've caught several of them, but they keep coming off, and that just happens. And these are easy to catch anyway, because as soon as it hits the water, they're racing for it. Here we go. There's number 4 for the jar right here. They are pretty little fish. Look at that one's got a hint of yellow to it where its belly is. Probably, maybe it's got to go. Let's come over here and see if these are the same. They look like the same thing. Little mosquito fish, but a lot of these are really small. The idea of this is, here we go. No, we don't. The idea is to catch, well, and where this comes from is Japan, microfishing, and there the idea is to try and catch the smallest fish you can. But of course, here in the States, whoop, there we lost it. Here in the States, everybody wants to try and catch the biggest fish that they can. Not necessarily when it comes to microfishing, but just in general across the board, people would rather catch big fish than zen out and waste their time doing this. Well, let me tell you, this is what's hot right now, because the river is just not ready yet. Oh, they're all running for it as soon as it hits the water. There we go, we got one. And no, we don't. I just shortened the length by bringing some of it in. Got one. Staying on this time. Same thing. I think they're mosquito fish. Could be wrong. Well, I've managed to put quite a few in here. About maybe 8 or so. Definitely looking like mosquito fish. I've lost, who knows, maybe 40 or so. Yeah, you're right. Okay, guys, I'm about done here. We're just going to let these guys go. Nice and gentle, right back where I got them from. It's been a long day of fishing, but at least it's not in vain, right? Yeah, you're right. Got something in the jar. All right, guys, thanks for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time.